WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback. Happy New Year, everybody. Practice the Kwanzaa principles. And thank you so much for tuning into Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and with me this morning, co-host riding along is William Davis. And thank you so much for being with me this morning.
Well, thank you, and Happy New Year to everyone, and hopefully everyone has been safe and will continue to be safe.
That's right. I want to say Happy New Year and good morning to Vera, to Ron, to Rosa, to Principal Adams, and to Carl. And there are just so many. You know, we go out in the community, and both of us, and we meet so many people. And I just want to, say good morning to some of them. And if there's anybody who's having a birthday, call in and let us know. We want to acknowledge your birthday. I'll tell you about a birthday party in a minute. But if there's some people that you want to say Happy New Year or good morning to.
Oh, I'd like to say Happy New Year to all of my friends and family, especially my oldest son is in Florida that recently got married and has a baby on the way.
All right. That's great. You know, there's so much that's been going on around in this community. But Claire McKissick, who is a lifetime member of Hood Research, celebrated her 90th birthday.
That's a major accomplishment.
It sure
especially
is.
today.
Right. And on her bucket list, she said she wanted to have one big bash, and one big bash it was. She had it at the Dr. Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. And, oh, my God, it's well over 100 people there.
And that is an outstanding facility, a jewel that we should be treasured.
Outside and inside. And, if people wanted to go on a tour while they were there, before dinner started or after, they could. And her first cousin was there, and he's 100 years old. And he came to help her celebrate. And he is from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, when they had the first bombing in the United States. And that's something we don't hear reported in our history books or anything. But Tulsa, Oklahoma was actually bombed. And they had their little crop dusters, and they were dropping Molotov cocktails and every other incendiary item they could over Greenwood was, I guess, the name of the area. It's like we have the aviation subdivision. We have Sherwood Forest, Rosedale Park. Well, Greenwood was the one in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
A prominent area for well-to-do black people.
Mm-hmm. All kinds of businesses, and it just seemed that jealousy and hatred just got in the mix. And
some people are always jealous when we do well.
Yeah. I just hate to think about that kind of hatred and systemic racism existing, But back to this party she had. Oh, my goodness. It was just wonderful. And she had the Deltas there. She has been a Delta over the years.
And we have a very large chapter of Deltas here.
It seemed like all of them were there. And they did their presentation, which was really nice. And when she told me, this was back in May, she told me about this party she wanted to have, her 90th birthday. And she says, Theo, I said, yeah. She says, you know, I'm going to wear my African outfit. She says, I don't care what anybody else wears, but I'm wearing mine. And it's authentic. And I forgot to ask her if she had gone to Africa and brought it back, or if, she had it shipped from there. But she was so proud of it, she was going to wear it. And so when I got off the phone, I said, now, I wonder what can I do to make it exciting for her from my perspective.
Did you sing?
I did.
Oh, great.
I sang happy birthday to her in Swahili.
Wow.
And I had a cake made by my daughter shaped like the continent of Africa. And this was a cake for her to take home because the caterers, of course, do the birthday cake, they, cut up and everything. But she baked this cake for her, and Claire was really, really surprised, so pleasantly surprised. And her daughter now, she says, well, Theo Bruner's going to come up and she's going to lead us in the happy birthday song. So I went to the microphone. I said, I am. I said, but first.
Did you know beforehand?
I was, not that she was going to say that, but but she knew I was coming to the microphone to present, the present to her. And the daughter didn't know I was going to sing happy birthday in Swahili, though. And so the people were so surprised and happy for her, and so the caterer took. They have the cart they used to drive to roll around to show the others what the cake looked like. And so when Claire called me a few days later, she says, "Boy," I said, "What is it? What is it?" She says, "That cake was so good. I could taste the butter in it and everything." I said, "Yeah, Claire." I said, "It was a homemade cake."
Oh,
She
good.
said, "Where did you get it?" I said, "My daughter made it." She says, "Oh, if I had known that, I would have had her do the birthday cake."
But that was a special.
That was a special cake for her, And the tables were beautifully decorated, and in the Delta, the colors, it was red, because tablecloths were white and gold. But it was a beautiful event. And that location, I'm telling you, the museum is so beautiful. And this past
It
year,
is a world-class facility.
oh, yes, yes. It's the most beautiful architecture in the country, if not the world.
And I encourage Detroiters to get a membership. I encourage, we should support it.
Yes. Well, on Saturday, New Year's Day, her research had been asked to do the last day of Kwanzaa again. And so we were pleased to be asked to do that, and we did. And we always give memberships to people in the audience. So that's what we did Saturday, on New Year's Day. We encouraged, as you just did, to encourage people to join the museum. And sadly, there really are not enough people who have actually been to the museum to see how beautiful it is. So we always encourage, as we do this morning, we want you to go to the Museum of African American History, take the tour, get a membership, and be proud. Be proud that it's something that we can recommend to you, we'd be a part of. And the last day of Kwanzaa, which is Omani, or faith, was presented by her research. And we had Miss Rosa Adams, who is the principal of Barton Elementary School. And we had announced that we and Barton McFarland Neighborhood Association, which you are a board member of, have adopted Barton Elementary School. And so we were letting everybody know about that. And we also know that they're looking for people to participate in tutoring And now that it's been announced by the superintendent that school is going to be closed for another week, and we don't know really how many after that, it makes it hard on the students to get back to their learning and to do the virtual learning. So we want to encourage people to know that that's something we want them to participate in when and wherever they can. They may have other tutoring classes needed in some of the other schools as well.
Right, and we need to encourage more of our people to support our local schools. We need to make sure that our children are able to read and understand, and we need to read to them and have them read to us and ask them what did they read and to explain it to us.
That's the part of comprehension, and that is vitally important in learning to read, being able to comprehend what they read. And you know, I think there are a lot of people who really want to help, but some don't know how to help. Some want to be asked to help. And there are others who are not clear on what is needed so that they can participate.
And plus, we have some people that are uncomfortable with doing it because they are uncomfortable with their own personal educational level and their own personal achievement. But that's something that you can do that can help you and your child. You know, sometimes you might have to learn together and motivate each other.
That's true. And there are so many good things going on in that elementary school that we want to share. The principal over there sincerely cares about the students and wants the best for them.
Right there at Joy in Ohio, we encourage you to just drive by. You know, we were pleased that the school was able to open because for a long time it was closed. And once we reopened up McKenzie, it quickly became overcrowded.
Right.
You know, so we need to make sure there's space available. And we also want to make sure that ultimately Barton is able to go up to the 6th grade. Right now it ends at the 5th grade. But we want it to continue to grow and prosper.
Absolutely. Now, what is your view of 2021? 2021 was laid to rest on Friday.
And I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah. Yes. So, share with us what your I guess summary of if you sum up 2021 or whatever you want to share and
2021 was a very interesting year in that there are some things that changed for the better, but also in 2021 we lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of former colleagues, a lot of people that worked with me with the city of Detroit. And we had to continue to work towards to improve things because this virus that some people do not take serious should be taken serious. And we have a lot of people that have been and continue to get sick. You know, we want all of our people to be healthy, especially in the Black community, because we already have, a number of us already have underlying health issues, which makes matters worse. You know, be it overweight, high blood pressure, smoking, a number of things that adversely affect your health that can make it more problematic if you catch this virus.
You know, you speak of overweight. Someone was mentioning to me, I want to learn more about it, called the, I think it's a keto diet or keto diet.
Keto diet, yes.
Keto diet. And for those of you who are tuned in, the number is 868-4336 on the bottom of the screen. Please call in and share. The person I was talking to was saying that you take the plate and divide the plate visually in half, and half of the plate should be filled with vegetables. Okay. 1/4 that's left. It's a half left, so you take a fourth of that, and you should have good fats. And I'm like, what? Good fats? Whoa. So then we have to learn what's a good fat. Well, salmon, tuna, rainbow trout, mackerel, avocado's a good fat, and there were a few other things. But what I did not hear was, what do you put on the other fourth of the plate? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I wish somebody would call in and tell us what goes on the other fourth of the plate. But thinking about questions, Hood Research has a telephone conference broadcast every Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m.
And very useful information, and people have an opportunity to call in and bring up issues that we might want to discuss.
That's right. And we have guests who come on and share information with us. We've had judges, we've had lawyers, we've had comedians, we've had all kinds of things because we don't want to keep it serious all the time. And so last month we had a contest, 2 as a matter of fact. One was to guess my favorite Christmas song for spending money. Nobody guessed my favorite Christmas song. So I said, okay, well, let's go to the next one. And we talked about colloquial sayings or slangs, such as a stitch in time saves 9, or that football player was on him like white on rice. White on
5
rice.
on the black hand side, right?
Yeah, you know. So we had said, now you have to write them up, type them up, whatever, you know, and email them to contact@hoodresearch.org. Okay. So we had entries for that. And Henry said, okay, well, he's going to read them. And the lowest one we had, I think it was 37 sayings or colloquial quotes in column. And we said, wow, okay. And then he came to this one entry was 203. Everybody
Yes.
said, what? 203? Oh, my goodness. So somebody said, well, read them. Henry said, you want me to read all of these? I said, yeah. So he started reading them. And, you know, I said, well, even if half of them aren't any good, that still leaves you with 103.
Yes.
So needless to say, as they were read, people started commenting, oh, yeah, I've said that one. Oh, yeah, I've heard that one. Oh, yeah, it was fun. And, of course, the winner was Gloria, and she calls on here from time to time, and she won the spending money. So I got calls from people over, you know, the week or two after, and they were saying they really enjoyed that, had a lot of fun. So they want another contest. I said, okay, let me think about it.
Great.
So we're going to have another contest. And I have movies in my library, movies that I have enjoyed and got information from, learned, and all that. So the contest coming up is to learn 4 of the movies that are in my library. And good movies, you know.
Because everybody has their favorite movies.
Right. So you can guess all 4 and win all of the spending money. If you guess half, 2 people guess half, 2 people get spending money. Or if it takes 4 people to give 4 each, you know, one, then each of the 4 people are going to get spending money. So that's the new contest coming up. Be on the lookout. Look for it. Coming soon. Your conference broadcast. So that was really something that was good. You know, last year.
What did you think of 2021?
Well, I was about to say, last year had some pitfalls that were very disappointing, and then I want to get to, your elected position. The interesting, one of the pitfalls was when the FBI came in during the election and started carrying boxes out of people's homes and offices, and we were like, wow, what is this about? Because prior to that, we had Gabe Leland to admit to wrongdoing, city councilman in the 7th district. And
Our district that we are in.
yes. And the thing that was annoying to me about that was the same thing that happened to John Conyers when he stepped down. We in the 13th district were left without representation on the congressional level.
For almost a year, like 10 months.
Exactly.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm. And so when this happened with the city councilman, there was no movement for us to have representation on the council level. Now, there's one point about that, though. With the congressional level, would have had an election. With the council vacancy, there could have been an appointment.
Which wouldn't have cost the city anything.
Right. However, I don't know that we might have been satisfied with the choice of folks who were being put out of council themselves. Then time went on, and the representatives from the FBI came and stood before the city county building, now known as the Coleman Young Municipal Center, and he said, you should not, you people in the city of Detroit, should not have this kind of corruption. He never said what kind of corruption, just not this kind of corruption. And shortly after that, the mayor said, I'm going to change the towing rules. He said, what? The towing rules. Which seems that he knew about the corruption that was going on. So, and then time went on. Next thing you know, we had another council member, Spivey, who admitted to wrongdoing. So
yes.
That's two. Then we get into the removal of boxes, etc., from the home of Janae Ayers, who was on the council at that time, and Scott Benson, who was on the council.
And who still is on the council.
Yeah, oh, yes, you bring that up. And their chiefs of staff. So all of that was going on. So then the election is still plugging along. And we had Janae Ayers to lose. And we had Mary Waters and Coleman Young to win out of those 4. Well, there are a number of strategies that can be put forth in any election, and one happens to be something called plunking, and where you can choose a number of people, just like with judges. 9 judges run. You do not have to vote for 9 judges. You can vote for any combination in between, including 1 if you want to.
Yes, to concentrate your vote.
Exactly. Well, there are some people who didn't like that. They want to tell me who I should vote for, when, and where, and I can't let the voters know that there is a strategy called plunking. Fancy that. There are other strategies which...
But other communities have been doing that for a long time.
Oh, yes. Oh, but, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do what you're told, not what you know you can do and what's good. So there was another strategy used where a talk show host would mention a person's name over and over and over ad nauseum. Talks about some negative things that the person did, but yet saying his name over and over and over ad nauseum. That too is a strategy. But there are so many people who don't realize that, because it's a brainwashing tactic. And when they get to the ballot,
Free advertisement.
that's right. But they don't remember what was said about the person. They just remember the person's name. That's what baseball player Reggie Jackson used to say. Never mind all that other stuff. Just say my name. That's what he said. And there was a number of things that were going on during the election. And now we find ourselves with new council members. And Letitia Johnson is a council member from the East Side, and she ran against the reporter from Channel 2.
Over in District 4, yes.
Yes, what I found interesting about him was he kept saying, I'm going to clean up the city council, I'm going to clean up the city council. He never said one word about cleaning up the mayor's office. So anyway, Letitia Johnson won that seat. And in the 7th District, we now have Fred Durhal. From the at-large seats, or citywide, as it is known, everybody in the city had to vote for 2 of the 4 because we have 7 districts, but we have 9 council members.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we now have Mary Waters and Coleman Young II. We have another new council member in Angie Calloway, I believe her name is. Angie
In District 2?
Calloway, yes. She's an attorney, and she's new, so that's 1, 2, 3.
And I was surprised about that one.
Well, I just heard that a lot of people were dissatisfied with the previous council member, and she is also a member of a sorority, and the sorority sisters help work very diligently to get her in office. I don't live in that district, so I don't know how well she is known as a resident, but I was told that the sorority members did a lot to, work with her. And we are getting close to the bottom of the first hour, so we want you all to call somebody, tell them, tune in, call in, and I'm Theo Broden and
William Davis.
And we will be back momentarily.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
I've always been a runner, but I've never run from anything, and neither has my city.
Do you want to be a Detroit police officer?
Sir, yes, sir! Ah!
Amen!
It's something special to protect the people closest to you, the ones you've known all your life, your neighbors, your friends. I was born in this city, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. That's why I wear the shield.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. You know, Bill, we were talking about those who are on council now. The three last ones basically had no competition, and that would be Mary Sheffield,
District
Tate,
5.
District 5, Tate,
District 1.
and then Benson.
Scott Benson, District 3.
3, yeah. So that takes care of all of the council seats and the pitfalls in that area. And then summing up 2021, there's this pitfall in the police commission.
Ah.
Such a disappointment to have a person elected to the police commission in District 2. And you have a lot of expertise in that area. Share with us the information. There was a person elected by the name of Linda Bernard who has, she said, the nerve to be a lawyer and do such asinine things.
Yes. In fact, I was very surprised at some of the comments and how supportive she was of a particular individual that was known for bribing public officials.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, and some people also know, I was previously the police commissioner, the elected police commissioner for the city of Detroit District 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe if Commissioner Bernard had made some of those statements that she made earlier, she probably wouldn't be the police commissioner in District 2. Because, like, it's no such thing as big crimes, little crimes, or saying that, you know, it's all right to accept money from questionable people. Because there are people that offered me money that I turned down. You know, not all money is good money. And, you know, especially if somebody has a history of bribing people or doing questionable practice.
Right. And for her to be on television, the
Twice.
evening news, no less. Not saying it in the back in the corner in the dark, but just outward. And her mother told her that Woodward is a two-way street. And I'm like, really? Not sure what that meant, except that...
I wouldn't even want to guess on that one.
Whew, boy. But, that's unacceptable. It really is. And then to go forward to have meetings where she has issues with candidates who are being considered for positions that have not been filled for how long?
For over 2 years. That is to me, that is the root of corruption. You cannot leave a position filled that should be filled just because you want your friends to stay in the position that's working like out of class. You know, by city charter, the person that received the position of board secretary cannot be employed with or by the city within the last 3 years. But they continue to allow someone to work, and I was a strong advocate about filling the position. But you know, you have some people that put personal interests, personal preference, personal friends above what is right and morally correct.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, are there any things that can be done? Because I was watching. See, for those of you who may not be aware, if you have Comcast cable, you can watch various meetings on Comcast cable, which is now Infinity or Xfinity or something. Channel 10, you have an opportunity to watch the city council meetings. And on channel 21, you can watch the police commission meetings. And
they rebroadcast the meetings. The meetings are the every Thursday at 3 p.m. except for major holidays. And then it's rebroadcast, or you could see it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you know, at different times. But I encourage more people to tune in to the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners and raise concerns. You know, you cannot and should not be leaving positions vacant to benefit your friends. You know, tens of thousands of public dollars are going to someone that is working out of class in a position that we should have a permanent position, a permanent person in that position. And I believe if we had filled, you know, the charter mandated positions, we wouldn't have such a backlog of cases. But some people don't care about the cases. Some people don't care about citizen complaints. I do care about that. And that should be the major focus of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners. We should be especially attuned to what the community is thinking and what the community is going through. You know, the Board of Police Commissioners should not be a rubber stamp for the administration. Period.
Now tell me this, are the cases backloaded because of incompetence or some other reason?
I think the cases are backlogged because there's a lot of vacancies. You know, there's a large turnover since a gentleman that's been acting as the chief of the Office of Chief Investigator. You know, there's been a large turnover since he's been working in that position. And we need to fill that position too. But, you know, he has friends on the board that enjoy not filling that position. That position should have been filled. You know, like if we could fill the chief of police position for 90 days, why can we not fill major mandated charter positions like the board secretary and the chief investigator? Those positions should be filled. It should not be people working out of class getting tens of thousands of dollars more a year than what they should be doing. We should have people, permanent people in those positions, and making sure that citizens' complaints are being properly investigated and getting resolved within 90 days. That's not the case.
Okay. Now, the process. Do you get all of the cases that go through the department before they go to the prosecutor? Do you just get special cases or certain cases? How does your caseload come to you?
Well, principally we get citizen complaints about demeanor. You know, we get non-criminal complaints about police officers, principally. And, you know, like, we've had some officers that might have 70, 80, 90 complaints, and they're being promoted. That's a bad system.
Right. They police officers who beat the woman who was naked in the emergency room, and he got promoted after, didn't he?
Yes. In fact, that came to the board like months later. I was under the impression that Chief Craig should have fired him. Chief Craig could have fired him. Like I say, a lot of people don't realize, but the chief of police has the authority if somebody does something really egregious to fire them.
And he never did. So one would think that that was his friend to turn around, not fire him, and then give him a raise.
Well, I don't think he was any special friend. But,
was it?
But, the police unions are very strong.
Okay.
And ultimately, if you plan on running for a higher office or running for office, that might be good to have friends in the police union.
Oh, okay. And
because I think he had planned on running for governor, before any of us knew that. Just like I had already thought that to me he was a Republican, and then he acted like a Republican, and after all, the emergency manager brought him in. The emergency manager was appointed by, Governor Snyder.
Right.
Right.
So that follows. That's reasonable to believe that he is as he says he is. But
Oh, I believe that he's a Republican.
Oh, I agree. Do you remember a person named Bill Lucas?
Yes, I do. I remember Bill Lucas quite well.
And Bill Lucas was the first Wayne County executive.
Yes.
The very first when they established that.
And I thought he did a great job as a first, elected Wayne County, executive.
But in the meantime, somewhere down the line came along systemic racists, whether you believe it or not. And they fill Bill Lucas' head with all these visions of grandeur. Don't you know, Bill, you can become governor of this state. You're doing a fine job. You can become governor of this state. You really think I can?
Yeah, and he was encouraged by another president. He was encouraged by Ronald Reagan. Just like
another racist.
Right, just like Chief Craig was encouraged to do more and be more vocal by a very disgraceful president that thankfully we don't have, but still might run again.
Oh, heaven help us. But they kept saying, you could be a fine governor, Bill Lucas. You really think I can? Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And they dragged him out on the political highway, thinking that he was all that in a bag of chips. That's another colloquial saying.
Left him high and dry.
That's right. Oh, another one. They left him out there, and Bill Lucas got hit by a political Mack truck, 18-wheeler. Bam! That was the end of his career. Career as the executive of Wayne County. And guess what? Who was waiting, who planned the whole thing most likely, was McNamara. Da-da-da-da. McNamara wanted that job bad. And he became the Wayne County executive to stay until he died. McNamara. What he wanted.
Yeah, and he had a questionable history too.
Very. To the point where the FBI came in and carried boxes out of his office and out of his home. Isn't that special?
Yeah, and he died at a convenient time for that investigation.
Didn't he? Makes you wonder about all of those things. And he had what they called a machine.
Yes.
There people part of his machine was Freeman Hendricks was part of his machine. Bernard Kilpatrick was part of his machine.
Mike Duggan was part of his machine.
Oh, Mike Duggan was part of his machine. And so when he died, the machine went on.
Yeah.
Just like that song, the beat goes on, the machine went on, and things continue to happen, as many people are witness to.
Yes.
But anyway, I think that the same thing is going to happen.
We have a call also.
To Craig. Oh, hello. Happy Monday. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us. Uh-oh. Hello.
Davis, Keith Hines, Diamond 2 Productions here, live
Oh.
2022.
All right. Happy New Year 2022. Oh.
Good morning, young man.
Hey, good morning to you, sir. All you big time celebrities coming into the new year.
We just came in to talk to everybody, including you.
Hey, well, I hear you guys starting out on the right topic, you know, because I'm tapping on what I'm listening to you guys saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the charter is so important. If we get the people to study the charter, they can really see all the wrongs that are actually happening in real time instead of waiting for the news to take and try to give them their version of it. They could actually get the law.
Their version of it is right.
Their version is right.
And maybe we could take it a piece at a time. And for instance, when you talk about what is going on at the police commission with the 2 employees who are out of place. So if we talk about that part of the charter and how it should be addressed, you know?
Right, really it should. You know, the charter is the Bible, but people don't understand it because it's not taught in school.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, you mentioned the word charter to a lot of people, and they think it's this all that's so complex. You got to take a course in it. They know you got to read it.
Yeah.
It's your Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a question, look it up in the charter. See what were they supposed to do or how were they supposed to have done it.
Right. So that's probably one of the things we are hoping you will join in and help us with. You know, Bill Keith calls in and he talks about the 1816 treaty and a lot of the aspects of government which have taken place that many people don't know about. And this charter is certainly something that most people don't know about. So that would be good to have that to talk about on any time, you know, on any of the shows.
More people should review the city charter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some great language and there's some language that needs to be improved.
Mm-hmm. And I'm understanding that in addition to being able to purchase it from the city clerk's office, you can also go on the computer and look up the charter, and you can read it on computer.
Online, yes.
Mm-hmm. So
I know a lot of city employees or ex-city employees are doing that right now. I know right now a lot of people is complaining about the fact that pensioners didn't get our pension check on the first. You know, so I know.
First of December or first of January?
First of January.
1st of January.
Well, normally we get it the 1st or even a day before the 1st.
Oh, okay.
But I know I'm getting a lot of calls. People, where's our pension check? Where's our pension check? Well, the city government is not as good as it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mean it's not as good as it used to be?
You know that, young man. You know that.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you at least trust the police department?
Oh, goodness. Oh, man, we're encouraging people to participate with the police commission.
Right.
They'll know, you know.
We need to push the police commission to be more transparent.
Right.
I got a question, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Why are the police afraid to arrest the real crooks with the briefcases?
Well, the real crooks with the briefcases are the people with money and influence. It's much more easy to go after somebody that don't have money, don't have influence, and especially more the law-abiding citizens are the people that you don't have to worry about. You know, some of the people with the briefcases are people that might make calls and might get you in trouble.
Yeah, because it's always been funny. When I see the things going down, I kind of smile and smirk because back to the charter again, we're reliving 1918, which is the reason why we even came out with the charter was because of the corruption in the city council, in the mayor's office, and in the police department.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there's corruption, and I think more of it needs to come to light.
Now, you know, in the police commission, Keith, there's a member of the police commission named Willie Bell, I think his name is. And they have a committee to, I guess, review or studying the towing issue and to inspect. But he's the only member on the committee.
Well, not anymore, but at one time he was, when he was the chair of the Board of Police Commissioners, he appointed himself as the one and only person on the board to oversee towing. In fact, I brought that up and I complained about that, and ultimately he added a couple more people to that. But for a while, he was the one and only. I guess it makes it easier to get more donations that way, and makes things. I said, this looks corrupt. Willie Bell hated me as a commissioner. He probably hated me personally, especially because he was on this NACO board, and I encouraged people not to vote for him because he was on the executive board. You know, so I'm not exactly his favorite person, but I wasn't put there to be friends and buddies with people.
Right.
I was put there to tell what I think is true. And to me personally, I think he's corrupt.
Yes, and now the makeup of the towing committee is what? How?
You know, to tell you the truth, I'm not certain, because at one time I had seen something published that had Willie Bell, Linda Bernard, and maybe another name on there, which to me was questionable. And because the chairperson appoints the subcommittees. I asked and never did receive a copy of all the subcommittee meetings and minutes. And which is supposed to be available to anyone
in the public, right?
But you know, I was an elected official on the board itself, and I asked for it, and I never received it. You know, so it's a lot of questionable stuff that has been going on and still going on.
Wow, that's crazy. But you know, I'm not going to take up all your time, but I do have to thank the Elwood Research and all the people who put together that Kwanzaa at the museum the other night. It was wonderful. Even it got me out of the house during this COVID-19. I mean, it was really worth it. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. We really enjoyed organizing the program on New Year's Day, and we appreciated being asked to come and do it.
To come back.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because you know, the very first one we did, it was wall-to-wall people. And there were those who said, nobody's going to come to a program on New Year's Day.
Yeah. I'm like, what? The room only. They were in the hallway.
Right. I mean, it was 700,000 people in the city of Detroit. What do you mean nobody's going to come?
Exactly.
They thought everybody was going to be nursing a hangover or watching football. That just wasn't true. Because everybody doesn't watch football and everybody doesn't drink. So there were plenty of people to come.
Well, I don't drink. I watch football, though.
Oh, goodness. But they did come and they shared. And this past Saturday was really a rewarding day. And we were especially happy, Keith, that the principal of Barton Elementary School had an opportunity to meet you and to meet Beverly Kendall Walker. She was so excited to meet you all, and she it was just
make me blush. Make me blush. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the principal was so well received by everyone, and why not? She's doing a very positive job for the children at that school.
Yeah,
and she was saying sometimes when the kids graduate, they cry. They don't want to leave, and that's a testament to the work that she's doing. And she stands at the door in the morning when they're coming into school, and she does this. I'm not talking about somebody, the janitor or in the kitchen or whatever, but the head leader of that school is at the front door every morning.
Setting a good example. Setting a great example.
Yes.
We need leaders to set examples.
That's right.
Not hide and pocket money.
In the office somewhere drinking coffee or whatever. And she asked each student, how are you? Good morning. You coming in, and we're going to have a wonderful day. And just all of the uplifting kinds of things that you can say to a child to make them feel welcome.
Also, Bart McFarland sponsored a hayride and pony ride that was excellent. That she and the students loved.
Yes. Wait a minute. The principal got him on the horse.
Yes, I have a picture of her on the horse. Yes.
Oh, right. Keith, we made arrangements with a black-owned ranch. The owners.
Black-owned and operated.
That's right.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to promote more of.
Absolutely. They were coming on October 31st, which was Halloween, and it rained. And it rained. And we were like, oh, my God, it's raining. So we had to reschedule. We went inside anyway, and we had treats for the children.
Magic show.
Yeah, Gladys and Clementine came. They were passing out treats, and Tawana Morris did a magic show for the children, and they just had themselves a wonderful time. And we rescheduled for November the 8th, and it was a beautiful day.
It was a great day.
Oh, man. It was well over 60 that day for November.
Which was great for the kids. And the young.
Yes. And they got on the wagons, and they rode around the grounds. And then the ranchers brought 2 additional horses.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the older, students who weren't afraid or anything had a chance to get up on the horses and go around the grounds. And so it got to be so good. And they were so excited. And Tawana would tell them, hey, raise your hand and say, yay! They were having a good time.
Looked like we at the bottom of the hour.
Oh, again? Top of the hour again.
Yes.
Anyway, the principal got on the horse and enjoyed herself. And we have to take a station identification. So don't go away.
Wonderful.
Stay tuned. We'll be back momentarily, Keith. Hold on.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinda from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew.
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
While we're doing the big stuff, replacing or lining 371 miles of sewer pipe, you can help with the small stuff, like cleaning your catch basins, disposing your fat, oil, and grease properly, and disconnecting your downspouts. Every little bit helps. And working together can make a big difference.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And take us along with you. I like that. And we are back right here. WHBR, WHBS, you're tuned into Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And we've been talking about 2021. And you know, it's time to talk about 2022. Keith is on the line with us, and my co-host this morning,
William Davis.
and we want to move in for the last half an hour of the show, the 2022. And you know, I think that in 2022, there are so many people who have so many solutions that we need to start talking about some of the solutions against this corruption that seems to be slithering around our community. Something needs to be done about it. And there's been conversation about people taking note, not just notice, but putting it down on paper. What you remember today that happens today that may be corrupt, you may not remember next week. But if you say, put a shoebox open or a wastebasket open in your closet, and if you come across something, say on your computer screen or on the news, like that interview.
Right. We have to remember to educate our family, friends, and neighbors.
That's right. And then write it down and just drop that paper, date and time, drop it in the wastebasket in your closet or drop it in your shoebox in your closet. And then when it becomes needed, when we talk about who wants to run for what, then we can put them in chronological order and we can talk about it.
Especially this upcoming year with them changing the boundaries for the districts and stuff. This is going to be a big year. And we're going to have a lot of people running this year for, be it state rep, state senate, county commissioners, or what have you.
And you know, they changed the districts for the county as well as the state. And we have had 8 elected commissioners from the city of Detroit. 15 is the number. 8 out of 15, that's a majority. Today, as we sit here talking about 2022, we have 4 that represent the city of Detroit. You know, 4, only 4. That's a ways away from the majority. And with those districts that you just mentioned, we may not have any congressional representation. So there are some issues going on. There are some people going to court, and we need to observe. We need to take note. We need to write down the date and time on our slips of paper. And I just say, drop them in that wastebasket or shoebox in your closet. Of course, you can have a notebook. You can record it on your computer. But if you don't have time to do either of those things, I suggest you date, time, make a note of it, and drop it in the wastebasket or shoebox in your closet.
And we have to do more to encourage more people to come out and vote.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at one time, you know, like, to me, the best mayor that we had in my lifetime was Coleman Young.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually had a real get out the vote effort.
Yes.
Every election.
Yes.
Not just mayoral elections or presidential elections
that's
or what
right.
have you. We don't see that anymore.
Well, that's a solution that you just shared that we need to work on in 2022. I definitely agree with you on that. GOTV are the letters. That's the acronym that you hear, and that means get out the vote. So if you hear of precinct delegate, that's another area. Run for a precinct delegate. Precinct delegates can do as much or as little as they choose to do.
And both of us have been precinct delegates.
For years.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And glad to do it. Glad to be there. Glad to help encourage people to participate. And I want you to know that Hood Research has three, I would call them three broadcasts, okay? On Monday, 9 a.m. until 10:30, right here at WHPR, WHPS. And you can go to the web store and download the app so that when you hear me say, and take us along with you, you can do just that. We have at Hood Research a Facebook page. We ask you to follow us on Twitter. We have a telephone number, which is area code 248-234-2371. We have an email address. The phone number again, 248-234-2371. The email address is contact@hoodresearch.org. CONTACT, the at symbol, you know, the little A with a circle around it. HOODRESEARCH, hoodresearch.org. That's our email. And we encourage you to tune in on Saturdays. We have a telephone broadcast. You don't have to go anywhere. And since the COVID virus has gripped the world by the throat, we have meetings each Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. You are not required to stay on the phone for 3 hours. You are asked to come on the phone, say, for whatever time fits into your schedule. If it's from 3 p.m. to 4, fine. If it's from 3:30 to 4:15, fine. If it's from 4 o'clock to 5:30, that's fine. Or if you are available to be on with us from 3 until 6, we encourage you to do that as well. Now, you know, you always ask when you tune into this show, have pen and paper handy. And the telephone number for the Saturday broadcast on the telephone is the area code 978-990-5000. Once again, you dial 1, you dial 978-990-5000. It rings one time, then you have to press in the access code. And the access code is 338729. Press the pound key, and you'll hear us talking. Sometimes you might even hear a little music. But again, the access code is 338729 pound. And that's each Saturday afternoon. So now you got mornings and you got afternoons. On Sunday night, If you're a night owl or you want to be, join me on 910 Superstation at 11 p.m. for 2 hours, from 11 p.m. until 1 a.m. And we have people calling in from all over the country. Of course, they got it made when they call from California. It's just 8 o'clock out there. But it's called Night Talk in Detroit. And the telephone number is 778-7600. It's a 313 number, 778-7600. Just turn on 910. They also have a app in the App Store as well. But we want you to join us and share whatever information you have. And the precinct delegate, former police commissioner here at my side, comes on with us too. Sometimes he's a night owl, but you can always join us. And our poet from Hood Research, Sylvia, she calls in as well. So we have a good time. I have a caller who calls from New Jersey, but it's really a nice evening. But now in 2022, what else do you suggest? Yeah.
Oh, well, it's helpful if you get to know your neighbors, get to know people, talk to people. You know, you may not always be able to talk to them face to face or up close. But exchange your numbers. You know, we need to know what's going on. We need to strengthen our community, strengthen our neighborhoods. You know, block by block. We can make Detroit much better. We can make Highland Park much better. We can make Hamtramck much better. We can make Inkster much better. We can make all the communities that we live in better by knowing who lives near us and know what's going on. And when people are doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, tell on them.
Oh, yeah. Keith, are you still with us?
Yes.
You have some recommendations for 2022. What you recommend? I want to talk about curb appeal. Go ahead.
I believe, and I don't understand why it's been so complicated in the past, that we need to put civics back into the classroom.
Amen.
Because if the children understand, then the adults will know, because children turn into adults. So if you teach them, you start when they're young. When I learned, to me, I didn't really know what the word civics even meant, but I grew into it. You just can't dump it on them when they get grown up and expect them to understand it, because it's like a shock at that point, because usually it's because something went wrong.
That's excellent too. Civics back in the classroom, absolutely.
I remember my parents, I used to go with my parents to vote. I remember I used to take my sons to vote when I used to go vote. You know, like I say, we need to make sure people understand the importance of voting, the importance of understanding your government and understanding what you can and should be doing.
Your role in your government. And I remember when voting was done in the public schools.
Yes.
You know, and that was a good opportunity for the students to witness what goes on during election. And the students would come to the door and they would escort the residents, the voters who had come to the school, to the location of the voting machines. And that was setting a good example for them. So, of course, somewhere down the line, some people thought, well, you know, if we put some money in the preacher's pocket, in the business owner's pocket, you know, we can have voting machines in their location. And they did all that to say that it'd be more convenient for us. Well, I'm not convinced that it's more convenient. But anyway, in the meantime, curb appeal is something I plan to talk about throughout this year. And curb appeal simply means that the neighbors and residents throughout this city should become more conscious of and conscientious of the look of their block, the look of their neighborhood, the look around the businesses. If a business has broken bottles, cans, or something outside, we need to do something about that. If you're afraid to go in and say anything to the business owner, the manager, then call your district manager. Give them something to do.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
if you have a block where you see cars parked on the front in the front yard, who started that? Why should there be cars parked in the front yard when you have the street, you have a driveway, and that's where the cars are meant to be?
Especially some of these businesses, they come into our communities and they think they can treat us any kind of way and
Yes.
don't show respect for our communities.
Yes, exactly. We have, we're told, in addition to district managers and assistant district managers, we're told that we have business
Yes.
district managers and business assistant district managers. I don't know where they are, but we need to learn the names of those people and contact them and let them know if there is a business that is disrupting the peace and quiet, if there is a business who does not show respect for the community by having, like I said, trash cans, bottles all over the place. And we need to insist that we don't want our area looking like that. That's a bad look. It's a bad example for our young people coming up. So we don't want that. And you know, you two, I remember the day, and hopefully you do, when Mayor Young had the KDB teams.
Yes.
One of my co-hosts was a KDB team.
Keep Detroit beautiful, yes.
Right, right. And it would be good to encourage something like that once again.
That was very
teaches the
positive back then, I remember.
You remember it?
Yes, I remember. I think everybody in my age group remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Coleman was a powerful person. He did things that no one had ever done before. He opened the doors to so many.
Yes. Well, they say that he made 24 millionaires who were here in the city of Detroit. And I don't
people that look
I
like
don't doubt
us.
that at all.
People that look like us.
Right.
Right now we have people making people millionaires that don't look like us.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. 24 black millionaires. You're right. And it's just a matter of belief. That's what we were talking about on New Year's Day, Amani. You know, and to encourage the people in our community to know
have
that
faith
you
in
can
ourselves,
do it. That's
stuff
right.
that we can do.
That's right.
And
Faith
also,
in our
we
brothers and sisters.
and we should not patronize people to disrespect us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And don't settle for the belief that you can't do any better. You can do better.
And even if you didn't vote for this mayor or your city council person or your police commissioner, you still need to call them and tell them what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm,
Because, you know, even if you didn't vote for them, they are your elected representative, and you need to make some demands.
And they're getting paid by us.
Yes, far too often our people are too willing to let things pass. You know, we need to demand more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right. We have the spending power in Detroit. We just don't utilize it to our advantage, but we do have the spending power.
That's right. That's right. And you know, we ask if you know of a business, let us know, and work to drop that old saying that's quite annoying. Well, you know, I gave him a chance. I just don't like these black business people no more. But by the same token, too often we find that there are whites who don't do a good job, but unfortunately, too many of our folks will turn around and pick another white business. Go figure. What sense does that make, you know?
Right. And if you look at, sometimes they say, well, he charged 50 cents or more. I can get it 50 cents cheaper somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, that's another story they tell.
Drive 10 miles to save 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And, you know, plus small local black businesses may not be able to buy the stuff in bulk to get the major distributor discounts.
True.
But it benefits us to patronize our local businesses. Those dollars turn over better in our community and stay longer in our community, which strengthens our community.
Exactly.
We need an economic base. Everything is economics and political. We need to make sure we know where our dollars are going.
Right. Absolutely. So we have some suggestions this morning. Finding out and encouraging that civics be put back into the classroom anywhere it is not. They have school board meetings, and the school board meetings are virtual at this time. School is out, I heard on the news this morning, for another week, so we'll be listening for the superintendent to announce any other changes. But today was supposed to be the first day returning to school, and he announced that they would not, because of the COVID virus that's being spread, I guess,
And they short-staffed
faster.
a number of places.
Oh, yeah, right, that as well. So that's one of the suggestions we have this morning. Work on getting civics back into any classroom where it's not being taught. 2, we want curb appeal from businesses as well as residents. And we do have district managers in each district where you can call and make your concern known, your complaint known, and continue to call them, and also call the mayor's office. His number is 224-3400. The mayor's office is 224-3400. So you can always call there, because he is responsible for the departments that
Yes.
take care of the needs in this city, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're going into an election year every year. So we want to encourage you to keep report cards. And what you see and hear, remember today, you may not remember next week. Therefore, write it down on a slip of paper if you can't put it in your computer or in a notebook, the date and the time, and drop that paper into a wastebasket in your closet or shoebox in your closet, because now you are keeping chronologically notes on those bits of information that are very important when we go to vote.
And you could also give your elected officials, like, say, a report card grade. You know, like, say, give them a grade like every single month, and then do an average of, see how well they did that particular year.
Oh, that's another excellent suggestion. Excellent suggestion. A monthly report card that gets averaged out at the end of the year
Right.
on the elected officials. Excellent. And don't forget, you can also call. You have the right, in addition to calling the mayor whom you pay, he works for you. All of us should say. The city council members work for all of us. You have the right to contact them as well. If you can't find the telephone number for the individual council member, you can call 224-3443 and send a message to one or to all. That number for council is 224-3443. That's for all of the city council members. If you want a city charter to review and you prefer having one in your hand and not to go on the internet where it is posted as well under the city's website, you can purchase a city charter from the clerk's office. I believe the clerk's office is still on the second floor of the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center, formerly known as the City County Building. And the cost was about $10. They have a city charter there you can purchase to have for your own. And as William said, the charter is the Constitution for the city of Detroit, the Bible, if you will, the laws that we live by. Okay. There's another suggestion to what I left out.
I also encourage people to tune in to the Board of Police Commissioner meeting every Thursday at 3.
Right.
Voice your concerns about what's going on, and also tell them they need to be permanently, they need to fill these positions that have been vacant. They need to stop the corruption. They need to stop benefiting their friends, and and serve the people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, for those of you who have Comcast Cable or Xfinity, the police commission meetings are shown on channel 21.
Yes.
Channel 21. The city council meetings and their committee meetings are shown on channel 10. And this is on a daily basis. Now, on major holidays, of course, they would not be open any more than this county building is open, on those days. So that's understandable.
But we need to start pushing this new city council.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
They should be meeting, their first major meeting will be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But, we need to call in and let them know what we want. We need to make sure we set an agenda, not let other people set our agenda.
For us.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Something.
We need to have a checklist, too.
Okay.
Because the people in government, they're always making promises. I'm talking about the mayor and the different people in other offices. But do they live up to them? So have a checklist. Do you actually get to check it off as being having been accomplished?
And we have to hold them accountable.
Great.
We have to hold them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
We can't overlook people just because they're friends with us or just because they said they're going to do it and then don't. Hold them accountable. Remember what they do and what they don't do.
Right, right. And this is what the people in the 2nd District are saying they did. They were holding the councilman accountable, and that's how they elected or why they elected Angela Callaway in the 2nd District. So that point is well taken as well. Are there any other suggestions?
Well, they could tune in to Hood Research regular. They could be active with the Detroit chapter of National Action Network. They could tune in to other groups and organizations that's going on to see what's going on and see how they could help make Detroit better.
That's an excellent point as well. And we do ask that you follow us on Twitter. That's Hood Research. Follow Hood Research on Twitter. And
and the people that live in Bart McFarland, we have a regular meeting the 2nd Friday of every month.
That's right, 6 p.m.
Yes.
And we want you to consider joining Barton McFarland for those who live in that district as well.
Come join us. Come with your recommendations. We will work on as much as we can.
That's right. What?
Bottom of the hour.
Oh, okay. We have gone through an hour and a half today. Have been pleased to be here with you. And as I always say at the end of the show, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can and encourage you to seek out information and share with us. And that helps us all make better informed decisions. And William, what do you want to share at the end of this program?
Just be safe. Be aware of what's going on around you. We have predators everywhere. Be safe.
That's true. And I want to thank you, Keith, for joining us this morning and being with us.
Oh, well, thank you. This is Keith Hines, Diamond 2 Productions signing out. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You just have to sock it to the boom boom with the mighty mighty.
All right. So tune in again next Monday right here at 9 a.m. Peace. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.